folks, gather round because things are about to get real bad. We're talking 10 Asian economies on the verge of complete meltdown by 2025. Yeah, you heard that right. Entire governments are losing control and millions are at risk of being swept away in the chaos. From collapsing currencies to mass unemployment, the warning signs are flashing red. So, the big question is, which countries are about to fall into complete collapse? Let's dive in. First up, we're heading to the land of smiles, where the smiles are quickly fading. Thailand's economy, once a beacon of stability in Southeast Asia, is now teetering on the edge. Remember those bustling markets and beaches overflowing with tourists? Yeah, not so much anymore. Foreign investment has dried up faster than a puddle in the Sahara, businesses are closing left and right, and the tourism industry, once the backbone of their economy, is about as lively as a graveyard at midnight. See, Thailand bet big on tourism, and when COVID hit, it hit them hard. Now they're struggling to recover, and the future's looking about as clear as a bowl of tom yum soup after you drop your sunglasses in it. Next, we travel to Vietnam, where the economic dragon that was once soaring to new heights is now looking more like it needs to be taken to the vet. Remember when everyone was praising Vietnam's incredible growth story? Well, that story's taken a turn for the worse. Exports are down, factories are shutting their doors, and foreign investors are hightailing it out of there faster than you can say, "Pho." What happened? Well, it turns out that relying heavily on exports to fuel your economy isn't such a great idea when the rest of the world is tightening its belt. Add to that rising labor costs, and suddenly, Vietnam's not looking so appealing. It's a classic case of too much, too fast, and now the chickens are coming home to roost. Hold on tight, because we're heading to Malaysia, where the economy is playing a game of Ringgit around the Rosie and nobody wants to be it. You see, Malaysia's economy is heavily reliant on global trade. That's all well and good when the global economy is humming along, but when things start to sour, well, Malaysia's in trouble. And guess what? Things are officially sour. The Malaysian ringgit is taking a nosedive, prices are skyrocketing, and the government's running out of options faster than a durian seller at a vegan festival. It's a perfect storm of economic woes, and the forecast for Malaysia is looking awfully stormy indeed. Our next stop is the Philippines, where the economy's on a roller coaster powered by remittances. For years, the Philippines has relied heavily on the money sent home by its overseas workers. It's kinda like a national game of pass the buck. Except, the buck is getting smaller and smaller. Now, with global economic uncertainty on the rise, those remittances are drying up faster than a bottle of San Miguel in a heat wave. And it's not just remittances. The Philippines is grappling with slow economic growth, a severe lack of jobs, and a government that seems more interested in, well, let's just say other things than fixing the economy. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to India, the land of Bollywood, butter chicken, and unfortunately, an economy that's about to go full-on Bollywood drama. India's stock market is in a free-fall, investor confidence has evaporated faster than a glass of chai on a Mumbai street corner, and unemployment is rising faster than the price of onions. So what went wrong? Well, India's economy has been struggling for a while now, weighed down by a mountain of debt, a sluggish manufacturing sector, and more corruption than you can shake a stick at. And now, with global economic headwinds blowing strong, it looks like India's economic elephant might be about to crash back down to earth. Next, we're venturing into Laos, a country that's about as landlocked as a country can be. Surrounded by bigger, more powerful neighbors, Laos has always struggled to keep up economically. But now, things are about to get a whole lot worse. Laos has been on a borrowing spree, racking up more debt than a college student with a credit card and a caffeine addiction. And what do they have to show for it? A bunch of half-finished infrastructure projects, a currency that's about as stable as a unicycle on a tightrope, and an economy that's teetering on the brink. Hold on tight because we're about to touch down in Turkey, where the economy is doing the opposite of flying high. Remember when the Turkish lira was a respectable currency? Yeah, me neither. The lira has been on a free fall for months now, thanks to a combination of political instability, questionable economic policies, and a president who seems to think he can control interest rates with the power of positive thinking. Inflation is soaring higher than a hot air balloon over Cappadocia, Businesses are closing faster than kebab shops after a health inspection, and the average Turkish citizen is struggling to afford basic necessities. Get ready to rumble, because we're heading to Indonesia, the world's largest archipelago and home to an economy that's about to go from boom to bust. Indonesia was once hailed as the next big economic miracle, but that miracle is starting to look more like a mirage. Rising prices are squeezing consumers, businesses are struggling to stay afloat, and investor confidence has sunk lower than the Titanic. What's driving this downturn? Well, Indonesia's economy is heavily reliant on exporting natural resources, and those prices have been plummeting like a bad badminton player. Add to that a heaping dose of government corruption and a lack of economic diversification, and you've got yourself a recipe for disaster. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because we're about to land in Pakistan, where the economy is about as stable as a three-wheeled rickshaw on a bumpy road. Pakistan has been grappling with a debt crisis for years, and it's about to get a whole lot worse. The Pakistani rupee is in free fall, inflation is soaring higher than a kite on Basant, and the country is facing rolling blackouts because they can't afford to keep the lights on. To make matters worse, Pakistan is plagued by political instability, terrorism, and a government that seems more interested in playing political games than in fixing the economy. Our final destination is Sri Lanka, the teardrop-shaped island nation that was once a shining beacon of hope in South Asia. But hold on, because this paradise is about to lose its luster. Sri Lanka is in the midst of a full-blown economic meltdown. They've already defaulted on their foreign debt, their currency is worthless, and they're running out of essential goods faster than a tuk-tuk driver can say Ayubowan. How did this happen? Well, it's a toxic cocktail of government mismanagement, corruption, unsustainable economic policies, and a dash of bad luck. Sri Lanka is a cautionary tale of what can happen when a country's economy goes off the rails. So there you have it, folks. 10 Asian economies teetering on the precipice of collapse. From the bustling streets of Bangkok to the chaotic markets of Karachi, the warning signs are impossible to ignore. These countries are facing a perfect storm of economic and political challenges. Will they find a way out, or is collapse inevitable in 2025? It's a question that should have everyone on the edge of their seats. Which country do you think is most at risk? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world's most pressing issues.